Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we've got another Prize Picks video for you. We're going to be talking about the NBA slate on Monday, November 27th. We've got 5 games on board, and this is our first look at what's on the board, and we already found some values, I believe, that will be moved before game time tomorrow. Before we get into the picks, though, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code. They'll double your first deposit up to $100. However much you deposit, like $50, they'll give you an extra 50, 75, they'll give you an extra 75. And we, again, always just recommend just throw the full 100 on there and you'll get 200 to play with. So just throw that promo code in there and they'll hook you up with the deal. And if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell because this is our late night show, which is the first look where we look for values right as the board is just beginning to populate with plays. Excuse me. And we also have a daily show Monday through Friday that we will be dropping around 2 p.m. We usually aim for 2 p.m. Eastern. And that's once the board is fully populated, then we can hit you with all the extra options that we find. And a lot of times these picks we're going to give you tonight, I know that these picks will be moved before tomorrow. So if they're too high for you at that point, we'll have some fresh picks for you on our daily show. So make sure you tune in around 2 p.m. Eastern. And I think that covers it. So let's get into our recap. So our recap from last night's video, we went with 6 picks since we don't have the daily show on weekends. And for my 3 picks, I had Trae Young over 37.5 PRA. And he had a great game. He ended up going for 45 PRA. We had Kentavious Caldwell-Pope for over 18.5 PRA. He ended up going for 23. And then we fell short with Mitchell Robinson at 16.5 PRA. And, it's bittersweet for me. I wanted this to hit. I also enjoyed watching the Suns dominate in the first half. But Nurkic just was babying Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle. He was having just a dominant presence there in the paint. And it took Mitchell Robinson a little while to really get going, but then in the second half, they started to turn it on. So he ended up going for, I believe, let me double check here. He went for just 3 points, and that's on just 2 attempts, just 2 field goal attempts. One of those, he actually was going up and got fouled and landed on his back pretty weird when he came down. And I was happy he was okay, able to stay in the game. But he made it to the line twice, and he only made 1 of 4. So if he had turned it on a little bit earlier, he ended up ending with 11 rebounds and 1 assist. So if he would have had just that extra gear earlier in the game, I think he would have hit for us. But yeah, he was just, if he would have sunk his free throws, he would have hit. So yeah, just fell short by just a couple PRA. What about you, Jordy?
Yeah, it was a close night for me, but all mine fell just a little bit short, and it was pretty frustrating because I feel like they all could have hit. Scotty Barnes needed 29.5 PRA. He ended with 26, so he got pretty close. That game was just a lot tougher than I anticipated. Usually his position does really well against Cleveland, so I was pretty happy with the matchup considering he's gone over it like 7 out of 10 times. But Cleveland's tough, and he only had 26, so fell a little short there. And then we took Mark Williams. This one was really frustrating for me because it was going to hit my 6 leg that I had. We needed him for over 20.5, and he had 18. So it was just one of those games where there was 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and he was bringing it down. The rebounds, and he was putting up great points, and then they just pulled him out for no reason, and everyone's starters were in, and they just took him out. So I don't know what that was about. Maybe he was just tired, but yeah, he missed. He only had 18. He needed 21. And then Cat had a pretty bad shooting night. We needed him for 35.5 PRA, and he had 28. So just a little short on everybody.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man, at the end of that game, because we were really hyped on these picks, and Jordy and I had some slips built out, and we always play the picks we give you are always picks we play ourselves, and we were just really hoping at the very end that they could force overtime in that Toronto-Cleveland game, but it just didn't pan out. But it's cool. We're going to bounce back, and I feel great about these picks we've got tonight. So let's get right into them. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm going to pop a fresh piece of gum. All right, so to get us started, I'm going to be going with a pick that I'm very excited about that I know is going to move, and that is Joel Embiid for over 6 assists. Don't you love it when you see green like that? And then the one game that he missed that, it was just, he would have pushed with one more. But I'll explain to you why I like this to go over, but we are going to take it for more. If we look at what Embiid's been doing in his last 7 games, he's averaging 7.6 assists a game. But even that, that one game against Cleveland where he went for 5 kind of lowered that average a little bit, because his last game against OKC, he went for 9. His last game before the 5 game, when he played against Brooklyn, he went for 9, he went for 8, and then he went for 7. But he's really been, he's just been playing like the MVP again, and he's drawing so much attention, and he's just, he's been, flirting with a triple-double like just about every game. Very fun to watch. The Sixers are so fun right now. And if we look at what LA is allowing to centers, 5.4 assists a game to any given center. Now we're talking about the MVP though. I think that with the way he's been playing, he's going to probably go for 7 or 8. Maybe he gets his triple-double tomorrow. And the rebounds are pretty juiced too. I don't want to say juiced because they're not juiced. But LA is allowing a lot of rebounds, but I'm going to fade off of the rebounds and assists because he's just been barely clearing that 10 mark lately. And the combination of the two on Prize Picks is too high for my liking. But I do like that, he's averaging over 7, and they're giving up just about 5.5. And then if we look at the odds on this, BetMGM has him at -150. Now their line is set at 5.5, and Prize Picks is setting it at 6. But I still play, I play picks like this because that just tells me that -150 is my odds of pushing. So I'm still well in the odds for the over on 6. But if my worst case scenario is he goes for 6 and the odds are -150 for that to hit, I like those odds. And Caesars has it at -152 to go over. So we got -150 and -152. So the odds makers are just like, this is going to happen. That's pretty much what they're telling us there. So I'm going to take that. And then my next is going to be a rebounds prop. And this has been kind of popular in our Discord, but we're going to go back to Herbert Jones to go over 3.5. He's done this every game except for his last game. And I think he's going to bounce back and get the over on this. And if we look at what he's been averaging over his last 5 games, he's averaging just under 30 minutes a game and just over 4 assists per game. But if we look at what Utah is actually allowing, they're allowing 4.5 assists to small forwards per game. And Herbert Jones has really just been, he's been kind of like turning into what we saw like last year with the high hopes. They compare him to a Mikal Bridges type, where he's just this incredible defender who can also shoot the ball, who can also play make. So he draws that attention, and he can, when he's grabbing those steals and whatnot, he can hit guys for fast breaks. So I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm talking about his rebounds, but I'm really into this guy. This guy's similar to Mikal Bridges as a Suns fan. I like this archetype, but they're actually allowing over 6 boards a game to his position. So I'm not recommending you go. I mean, sometimes they might have his assist prop on there for pretty low, so you might want to look at that at some point. But I just like overall what he's doing as a small forward, and so I'm going to take the over on that. But let's look at the odds on this real quick. So BetMGM has this at -135 to go over, and Caesars isn't running this, but DraftKings has this at minus 130. So lately, I've been trying to just look at two different odds makers to just see if they're, make sure that the one I like best, BetMGM, isn't just an outlier. But also for that Embiid game, we got a 231.5 over under with the Sixers favored by just 5. So we don't really have any big concerns about a blowout. The Lakers have been playing good lately. And then for this New Orleans game against Utah, we got a 229.5 over under with the Pelicans favored by just 4.5. So no concerns about a blowout in either of these. So I'm feeling good about both of these to go over. And the Herbert Jones prop is actually the same on Prize Picks as it is with these odds makers. So it's going to definitely go to 4 tomorrow, maybe 4.5. So grab it tonight if you're interested. All right, Jordy, what do you got for us, bro?
Yeah, I love that Herbert Jones one, man. That's been such a dime for us. So to get me started, I'm going to be taking a points prop here, and I'm going to be going with my man Isaiah Stewart. I've actually been really enjoying watching Detroit this year. They're very fast. I think they're 6th in pace this year, so they're a very fast playing team, and so is Washington. The over-under on this game is actually 235 with only a 3.5 point spread in favor to Detroit. So we've got a really fast-paced, crazy game in our hands. Jordan Poole's probably going to shoot 30 shots and make 6. But I like Isaiah Stewart to go over his points tonight. So this is a minus 135 for him to go over 10.5. I think this is going to go up to 11.5 or 11 tomorrow. So try to grab this tonight. This is a super juicy one in my opinion. If we look at what he's been doing this year, he's been playing a whole handful of minutes for them. He's been kind of like their Draymond Green, but he scores a lot more. He's a great defender, so I like him to go over this. He's actually in the top 10 percentile of putbacks, so he's been really good at that, like grabbing boards and putting it back in. So you can see he's had some monster games here. He's averaging 11 points in 30 minutes a game. He's had a couple 17s, and he's gone over this 10.5 plenty of times. So I like him to go over this. I think this is a pretty good matchup for him. If we look at what Washington is giving up to power forwards here, they're giving up 26 points to power forward, which is among the worst. So I really like this to go over. And BetMGM actually has this at a minus 140, and then everyone else has it at 135. So I just went with the lower end to be safe. But I love BetMGM, so I really like him to go over this. And then for my next one, I have an assist prop here. I'm going to go with the under on Buddy Hield. Now, I know you're probably looking at this 2.5 and thinking, what is he smoking tonight? But Buddy Hield is not doing very well with assists because over the last 10 games, they've kind of just turned him into what he is, and that's a catch and shoot guy. Over the last 10 games, he's only gone over this twice in the last 10 games. And those 10 games that he played, he was just playing a whole handful of minutes when people were down, and he was playing really well. But I like him to go under this because lately he's only been playing 25 minutes and averaging 1.9 assists per game. So I think this could go to 2 tomorrow. So try to snag it at the 2.5 line because that's where we want the under to hit. So, he's a minus 140 to go under this. So this is crazy. The game line is a 241 over under with a 12-point favorite to Indy. So this could just turn into a blowout really quick, and we could just cash on this super early. So I like this to go under, and I'm feeling really confident about that one. And yeah, that's my 2, bro.
Yeah, man. And speaking of Detroit too, with the way they've been playing, when you're talking about that fast pace and whatnot, like, they've got Monty Williams, the old Suns coach, who he took our Suns to the finals, and he taught that team to play with poise really fast, and you can see him doing that in Detroit, and it's just so fun to watch. But yeah, so those are the 4 we've got for you guys. Really excited about these, and I can't wait to get into tomorrow's picks for the Daily Show. We hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Hopefully you can lock some of these in before they move, because they're gonna move for sure. And good luck tomorrow, and we will catch you at 2 p.m. Eastern for the Daily Show.
Good luck, boys.